Welcome. Welcome back to the show. This is Jonathan Beauregard. This is Indestructible Souls Sunday Cigar Edition. I am going live to talk about all the stuff that's been going on. The world done gone mad. Yet again, this is Jonathan Beauregard for Indestructible Souls Sunday Cigar Edition. Before I get started, I'm about to blaze up. Gonna have my smoke for the day. So what am I smoking on today? After a hard week, a sucky day at golf. Y'all know how it go. It is what it is. Sometimes, yeah, it be like that. Yep, be like that. So let's get into it. So the world that lost world that lost their mind, man. So what am I gonna talk about? Well, here we go. Before I get to running my mouth, there's at least 3 topics I want to talk about. I guess I'll start with Diddy, but I gotta blaze up. So today is not a whiskey day. Today is today's a wine day. What we having for the wine day? This is Ramon. What's this? Napa Valley Cabernet 2018. This is their 40-year celebration. It's actually not a bad. You might want to check that out. And to go with it, I'm having a Davidoff late hour Churchill. Yeah. That's a good one right there. And I don't even know where my cutter's at. But I do know where my lighter is. So yeah. Thanks for joining me live. This isn't pre-recorded live. This is actually live. So if I curse, hey, it is what it is. Let me make sure this. There we go. Check these settings one more time. How y'all Sunday doing? Y'all go to church? Y'all get y'all church in? Next time y'all go to church, pray for me. You know, brother need all the prayer he can get. But I'm about to get this cigar started. So I'm going to use a punch on this one. This Davidoff late hour. Actually a pretty good smoke. My lighter's over here. So what y'all think about P. Diddy? Is he canceled yet? Or y'all gonna still rock with him? I ain't never been a fan, I can tell you that. So what y'all think about this Puff Daddy thing? And Cassie. If you ain't seen the video, I'm not gonna. But you know, somebody asked me before, you know, with the gay stuff, do I think, you know, Diddy having sex with men? I always thought he was a punk, but not necessarily gay. I just never thought highly of him. I'll say it that way. So, because I never thought highly of him, I personally think he had Biggie killed. Just my opinion. My opinion don't mean nothing. So, but I always thought he was a buster. But somebody asked me before, did I think, all the allegations of him having these gay sex parties and all these things? Here's my take on it. I always thought something was off about him, but with so many people saying it, my thing was the truth is somewhere in the middle. Meaning, where there's smoke, there's fire. But at the same time, some of the stuff got to be true. Some of it is probably exaggerated. And so I always thought he was a weirdo. And I think when you saw how he treated people, especially all of his artists and all of those people in the music industry, ask yourself, how many of his artists had your longevity? So he was used to using people. He was used to taking advantage of people, using them up till he didn't need them no more. And then want to call it their own. So he was never a real artist. But I think so now that this stuff, cast new. He paid her off so quick. He paid her off so fast because he didn't want that tape coming out. And here's the funny part. I think, for one, he was walking around like he was scot-free because he knew he couldn't be prosecuted or they didn't have enough to charge him. And so he was getting too comfortable. So they dropped the bomb on everybody. Basically, that's what I believe. He dropped the bomb on everybody by releasing this tape because he walking around, after they raided his house, he walking around like ain't nothing happened. And then his son, I don't even know dude's real name. His son, I guess they call him King Combs, which I think is stupid. And anybody who calls him that is an idiot. He ain't a king or nothing. And then he had the nerve to get on the mic and try to create a diss record. Like, how comical was that? Like, literally, how comical was his son getting on the mic trying to do a diss record and diss somebody. For one, he can't rap. He ain't got no talent like his daddy. But then, after you drop this diss record, trying to act like y'all scot-free, boom, here comes the tape. Sit yourself down. So, if this ain't the end of Diddy, then y'all might as well go ahead and pull out y'all R. Kelly CDs. Y'all need to get off Chris Brown's back. And, all's fair. Because if this ain't it, if this ain't what do you call that? If he ain't canceled after this, then nobody's canceled. And y'all been sweating. What's the boy name? Y'all been sweating Chris Brown for a minute. Like for a minute. Man, y'all been sweating Chris Brown for what, since 09? So that means our Kelly need to come home. That means Chris Brown and anybody else, if this dude, if all his music ain't pulled off the air. Basically, y'all showing y'all hypocrites. If Puff Diddy ain't canceled at this point. Now, to Cassie, man, yeah, I don't get it, in the sense that, you know, I know why victims wait so long, and I understand why people don't say anything, and I'm glad she got her money. After that video came out, she probably needs to get more, and I'm sure there's more to come. So I don't think this is the end of the Diddy saga. So, but I'm so glad I ain't never drink that nasty ass Ciroc. I still think he had Biggie killed, because if you know, Biggie was on the second album. He treated all his other artists like shit, and I'm sure Biggie was gonna leave him at some point. I'm 1,000% sure. And not only that, had Puffy, what his name, had Biggie left him, it would have ruined Puff, and he would have to pay him. What y'all think? I'm for sure he had Biggie killed. Now, I ain't got no proof. That's just my opinion. I think I lost my connection. That's the crazy part about going live. So, are we having a meeting yet? Is there a Diddy canceling meeting yet? Oh, man. Listen, all I know is that if he ain't canceled at this point, he ain't gonna never get canceled. Somebody said should have apologized in 2016 or during the settlement. Nah, he wasn't gonna apologize. And here's why he was gonna apologize. That little peanut head nigga been arrogant. When you think about it, like, his power was inflated, his wealth was inflated. He walk around talking crazy with his buck teeth, and he paid for the video. So he didn't think the video was gonna come out. So he paid CNN, paid $1 million for it. Had he been smart, he would have paid the $30 million for the video. But we know he's an idiot. So yeah, he should have apologized a long time ago. But he ain't think none of this stuff was gonna come out. So yeah, he should have been apologized. But he's too arrogant. Had to regain my light. And his son, that little nigga needs to just stay off the mic. Like, whatever career you thought you had as a rapper, go somewhere. Y'all need to do what OJ should have done, is go somewhere never to be seen and just go play golf. But I guarantee you, those idiots are gonna be out and about doing some bullshit. Am I allowed to curse on live? I guarantee it. Because the reality is, they're idiots. Someone says it's too late to apologize. It is. You can't apologize after you're exposed. Get out of here with that. So, anyways, I really don't care for him. Never have. Wasn't a huge Biggie fan, but you know, when Biggie did stuff that was good, I gave him his props. But as far as, you know, some of the other bad boy artists, all right, you know, 112, Mary really wasn't a bad boy artist, I don't think. I think she just came up under him, but I don't think she was really on Bad Boy. Lil' Kim wasn't on Bad Boy. And everybody that he was a part of, he basically, he colonized them and raped them. And now most of them can't even make a living. They got to do those BS festivals and tours, and then he gonna remember where he tried to give people their royalties back or their publishing back, thinking that he was doing a good deed. Everybody saw through that shit too. So blessings to Cassie, blessings to her family. I'm sure she's getting the help she needs, you know, whether it's therapy or whatever it may be. Shout out to her. And you know what's crazy? Cat Williams talked about it. He said 2024 is, what do you call it? 2024 is the year of truth. Well, a lot of these cats gonna get exposed. I ain't even gonna talk on the Drake beef, because that's just the Drake and Kendrick beef. That's, you know, it is what it is. But I still don't understand why most folks like Dre, especially if you ain't a true hip hop fan, I get it. If you're a pop fan and you just like club music and catchy shit, then I get it. But if you're true to the culture, I don't see why or how you would even give Drake your money. It's funny how we make these millionaires and they ain't really about nothing. We give all of our money to people. We give all of our money to people that really ain't about nothing. But I'm not gonna get into that. I already said my piece when it came to the Kendrick beef. But Diddy's done. So I wonder, here's what I wonder. How many of y'all are y'all going when there's because we know, well, see what the double standard is, but I'm tired of canceling people. I ain't got nothing to cancel. I ain't never liked the dude. So there's no Diddy song in my playlist. Not a one. There might be a Biggie, so if you want to count that, But even that, so let's talk about this teacher real quick. I really wanted this teacher that got fired for letting the girls braid his hair. And I ain't gonna talk much about it. Actually, I talked about it on one of my other shows, the Burn City. Go check that out. You can find it on Indestructible Souls. And I'll say this, I don't think the teacher had any ill intent. I just don't think, if he's a veteran teacher, then he should have known better. If he's a rookie teacher, I get exactly why he made that mistake. And I don't think he understood the ramifications, and I don't think he understood the psychology of it. And I'll say this, I don't think he had any ill intent towards the girls. I don't think he had any hidden agendas. What it showed me was the lack of experience and understanding. That's about it. The lack of experience and understanding. And here's the thing. Regardless of what his intent, he didn't take into account which direction or how that would have affected one of those girls. Well, what do you mean, JB? Well, here's the thing. When you break those physical barriers, when in a professional setting, whether it's student, teacher, and I could talk about it from a counselor, client standpoint, from a therapist, client standpoint, when you break those barriers and you allow your professionalism to go out and you allow physical touch, whatever it may be, then you don't know what's going on in those young girls' head that this can go left. So you always have to maintain professional boundaries. Do I think he should have been fired? No. Do I think he should have been reprimanded? Absolutely. Do I think he should have had more training? Yes. And because he's a young teacher and we need more black teachers, we need more male teachers, I think it was worth training him better, reprimanding him, but keeping him around. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. It was a mistake. It cost him his job. My hope is that he gets another job. But if you want to hear how I broke it down on the different areas of why that was a mistake, you could check out the show Burn City on YouTube. So the other thing that was in the news this week, there's been a lot, and I don't want to go on a political rant or whatever it may be, but the other thing that was in the news is this dad who jumped his daughter's bully. I understand the sentiment. I understand the feelings behind it. I wanted to punch a kid before. I've even said if I can't hit the kid, I'm gonna fight the adult. However, I think jumping somebody I think it's a punk move. I say it like this: if you couldn't beat the dad, at least give him a fair one. And if you get dealt with, you get dealt with. I think it was a punk move for them to jump that parent. But that's my opinion. So regardless of how you feel about it, and I know sometimes it's upsetting when our kids are being mistreated at school, whether it's a teacher or students. Is you're gonna get pissed, you're gonna get angry. I get angry. And I could even see, let me confront the parent. And if the parent, get crazy, then yeah, we might have to catch hands right there. But to plan to jump somebody, that was not a resolution. Because if I was that parent, there won't be an end until I get my get back. I'm gonna get my get back. So, and if we live in the same city, there's gonna be a place in time where you're gonna get caught slipping by yourself, and I'm going to get my get back. I'm not gonna jump you, but I'm gonna crack you. So that going to jump your daughter's bully wasn't a good look. Wasn't no resolution to it. It was just wasn't nothing. Hey, wasn't nothing to it. So yeah, so those are a few things that happened in the news this week. So I'm about to get ready. So those of you who know, I'm a licensed therapist, and I see anywhere from, believe it or not, 40, I would say 30, sometimes 60 people a week. So there's times where I just need to relax. This is how I relax. This is how I unwind. Just smoking this Davidoff. Blow it out. So when they say, to help calm down and relax, you do deep breathing. This is me deep breathing. This one will run you about, this is a Davidoff late hour. This will run you about $20, $25. Probably one of the best smokes in my collection. So yeah, I'm about to get ready for the week, unwind. Well, what y'all think about this Diddy thing, man? I think he's over. And if we're gonna be fair about things, and let me say this, this is why I don't really care for cancel culture. We all have fault. We all have done things that, and there's no way, shape, or form. So don't try to twist this. This is no shape, way, or form of or even me trying to explain, agree with, or give them a pass. But if our shortcomings and mistakes were televised, I think some of us, we're Gen X, us 40, 50, whatever year olds. Man, if we had social media in our day, so I'm saying that to say that we all got things that we need forgiveness for. That's why I don't care for cancel culture, because at the same time, we all can be redeemed. We all can redeem ourselves. We can atone for our sins and our mistakes and things like that. It may take time. And the reason why I brought Chris Brown up is because I think he's done a good job at trying to reinvent himself and live his life, continue to be a performer. So I think people can be redeemed. Mike Tyson's done it. Muhammad Ali did it. Other people have reinvented themselves after having, you know, I think the cancel culture is a bunch of self-righteous people, and everybody needs forgiveness at some point. Many people have redeemed themselves. Like I said, you know, look at Tyson. You know, he redeemed himself. He reinvented himself. There's other people, other examples, you know. So when we talk about this cancel culture, it takes time, but I think if people put forth the genuine effort to reinvent themselves, to atone for their sins, then it is what it is. You know, whatever Puffy decides to do, if he's given the time to redeem himself, it's going to take some years, but he's going to have to do a lot of good to make up for these mistakes. When and if R. Kelly ever gets out, will he ever get a chance to redeem himself? It's between him and God. I know I've needed forgiveness. So yeah, this, like I said, this is not me supporting Diddy one at all. However, we all, when we talk about this cancel culture and putting people's sins on display, the reality is that we all at some point needed forgiveness. And I'm so glad that social media wasn't around in my day, because hell, I probably would have been canceled several times. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish my wine, my cigar. Thanks for letting me interrupt your Sunday. Once again, my name is Jonathan Beauregard. This is Indestructible Soul Sunday Cigar Edition. Y'all have a good week. Have a good night. Say a prayer for me. Peace.